I'm currently in Geoje Island, and Geoje Island often gets overlooked in favour of Jeju Island, which is the largest island in Korea. But Geoje-do is the second largest island. So in this video, I'm going to explain why Geoje-do is still quite good and it's worth a visit. I believe it was Darth Vader who once famously said, "I hate sand, it gets in everything," and I just hate it. I think he said something like that. So Darth Vader definitely would have been a fan of Geoje Island because Geoje Island is famous for its pebble beaches. So one way Geoje Island is better than Jeju is that it's less touristy, it attracts fewer visitors. If you want a quieter, more peaceful time, then come to Geoje Island.
Geoje-do has a botanical garden, which encompasses a whole island built in 1969 by one man and his wife. And don't worry, it's a family-friendly outing, as the park's administration saw to it that all the sculpture's gonads were carefully scraped off. You can also rent a kayak and visit an uninhabited island, Jeju-do, from Guyong Beach. Whilst my girlfriend was doing something weird with a paddle, I busied myself by taking pictures of my face to upload to my Instagram catalogue. A popular activity on Jeju-do is snorkeling. As I entered the world of the fish, I tried to embrace their customs and learn their way of life by aggressively stalking them. If you love hobbit houses, but you think the hobbits themselves are satanic, then you can visit a Hobbiton replica in Geoje-do.
So this is how Gandalf would have felt if he was walking through Hobbiton.
And if it's raining and you're into jungles and domes, there's literally Geoje Jungle Dome nearby. The place was practically brimming with plant fanatics, so much so that I had to squeeze past a queue of them desperate to take a photo with some kind of celebrity plant. I couldn't get access to that plant, so here's a sad little loser plant that no one really cared about instead. Geoje Island had the largest POW camp during the Korean War, which has now been turned into an open-air museum. And if you're worried that this might not be a family-friendly outing, discard your concerns in the dustbin, as the museum's team of curators saw to it that all the statue's gonads were carefully scraped off. But an executive decision was made to leave the poo intact. During the Korean War, violence was rife between communist and anti-communist inmates in the camp, and an uprising in 1952 resulted in the deaths of 77 prisoners and 1 US soldier. Despite the museum's heavy subject matter, there were plenty of photo ops, a Mickey Mouse balloon, and even some theme park rides.
Just stepping into the maze crafted with the remains of the POW camp. I did it! I just went to see Godzilla, the movie, in 4D. It's about North Korean prisoners of war in the prison of war camp in Godzilla. And the scale of it was really impressive. It was only like 40 minutes and it was very moving and the acting was really good, and it was actually the scale of a real life movie. But I think the 4D element kind of cheapened it.
For example, during a scene in which North Korean POWs attempt to climb a barbed wire fence and are shot at, you can feel air being pumped at your calves, which is probably a similar sensation to what the POWs felt at the time.
I went to see The Hobbit in a 4D cinema, and that was alright, even though it had war in it, because that happened ages ago, but this was more recent. I'm just going to list off some facts about Gyeongsan. Right, so number one, the reason why it's called Gyeongsan is Gye is a Chinese character for chicken, and Yong means dragon, and San is mountain. The reason why it's called Chicken Dragon Mountain is that apparently it looks like a chicken from the front and a dragon from the back. It's also in the centre of Geoje-do.
Amazingly, you can win a dog tag from this machine.
Write your name on it and then stick it on the fence over there to make a wish. It costs 3,001. Okay, and away we go. Okay. I apologise for my lack of participation in the army. The closest I came to the army was the Scouts, so I'm not really used to this. Okay, my director's going to take over. God, I feel like I'm in the army right now. Oh no, you got to tie it on, but I'm without my chaperone. I'm going to have to do something that I learned in the Scouts, which is tie a knot. I was also holding this selfie stick, which is the ultimate scouting achievement. Look at the quality of that knot right there. My Scoutmaster will be proud of me.